constitution. We have the second one, legislation, that is act of parliament or status. What is this act of parliament or the status? Legislature as a law or set of laws. It is particularly used, and in using this, where written constitution exists. So from time to time, these lawmakers come together, meet, discuss on what should be as a rule and regulation of a country or nation. And as they're doing that, all the time, the statute, the bylaws, the Act of Parliament come together and made and eventually become a law. So, in briefing or in great briefing is particularly such as laws have been made, and they have to come as soon. Some of the parliament come together and vote. So they vote their government, they have the rules they want their government, how government can carry them or go on with them. And if government do not abide by those laws that has been written down, that has been signed by the lawmakers, that is the legislature, they can easily remove that government, or they remove the people that are there. Remember, Nigeria are practicing democracy, whereby the majority have the right to voice out their mind. And once they voice out their mind based on the constitution, the government has to dance to their tune, because it is what? Written as a document. If the government said no, they can open it for them and read it for them. This is what the law said. So government have to work according to their own wishes. The government only have the power to stand and declare the right thing that they see this is really right. 3. We have international documents. What are these international documents? These are important international documents. International has come, that's different countries come together. Once they come together, they have agreed between countries and bodies. And they said this should be our own rules and regulations. These official documents are being collected after their conference. They will collect them and they will go through them. After going through them, they will bring it out as yes, we need to adapt it as a rule to our own country or state. And international conferences always go on and go on. Example has been the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which form an important component in our constitution of member states. For example, most sections of the Nigeria 1999 Constitution are a direct derivation from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, especially those dealing with human rights. If you also go to child rights of this declaration that was being made from the United Nations, the same thing Nigeria copied from them. It is a document that is being written. So don't think you as a child can be abused and then the person that abused you will go free. There is a constitution or a law that has been written. Anybody that violates your rights is going to pay for it. The only thing, you need to only go to the court and report the case. If you cannot report even your parent that violate your right, you may be afraid and say, it's mommy or it's daddy. Please go and report them. The courts will help you out. It is a written document about the right, about violation of right. There is always precaution. There's always consequence of violating any child's right. So you children should also be obedient, do the right thing, so that nobody will violate your right and you will not violate other people's right. Thirdly, constitutional conferences. Constitutional conferences, before some constitutions are drawn up as the constitutional conferences, are usually held from different countries or different nations. And once they gather together, all these constitutional conferences discuss mainly on law and regulations, significant components of new constitution. In Nigeria, for example, the 1960 independent constitution has a background in the 1957 and 1958 constitutional conference. So this section was being drawn out, the constitution that will be included in our own document. Let's you watch the next video later.